Hey there, Bulldog Country. This week, I'm talking with Lynn Astrup of the women's hockey team about the 2017-18 season, as well as her journey as a Bulldog so far.
For UMD, take another look at it. Sarah Kelly put it home, a freshman.
2:05. He's a big young boy. Here's a chance in front. They score! Corrin flipped it in there. Iafallo went to the net. They combined to give Minnesota.
Hey Bulldog fans, my name is Lynn Astrup. I'm from Warroad, Minnesota, and I'm a forward on the UMD women's hockey team.
Okay, so last weekend, you guys had the opportunity to play in the first ever women's college hockey outdoor game for Hockey Day Minnesota against St. Cloud State. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how it went for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really rewarding experience, very exciting, such a huge atmosphere, and I just remember being from Minnesota, growing up, I never got to play in an outdoor game on Hockey Day Minnesota, but I remember always watching on TV and thinking how cool that was and how cool it would be to be one of those players one day. So just going into Saturday, I just kind of had that in the back of my head, all the young players watching from home that day, and I think it's just a really rewarding experience and humbling experience to be a part of, and it was definitely really cool.
And looking ahead to this weekend, you will play Ohio State, who's ranked 5. You did already face Ohio State once this season. You came out unsuccessful in both games. When you head into a game like this, what is the mentality of the team, and what do you do differently this time around?
Yep. I think at this point in our season right now, we're definitely kind of focusing on ourselves and what we need to do to get better. And looking back at that last series, I mean, every game we have our ups and our downs, especially this season, and we tend to kind of reflect until midnight and then look forward onto the next series. And I mean, Monday we come to practice and we watch video and we learn the good and the bad and take things away. And I think we're a whole different team this time around, and I'm really looking forward to playing them again this weekend and putting together a whole 60 minutes.
And being a senior on this team, you are seen as kind of a leader. What would you say is your exact leadership role as a veteran?
I think just positivity. We've had our ups and our downs, but staying positive and being optimistic and picking up other players on the team. And then I think just helping instill the culture that we've built here at UMD. I think my class has done a really good job of helping build the culture that we have, and that's a culture of hard work, commitment, and perseverance. And I think the new group of girls this year have done a great job of really buying into that, and hopefully that the girls that come after me will continue to do the same.
So you are from Warroad, Minnesota, which is known as Hockey Town, USA. How does it feel to be able to put on that UMD jersey and continue to represent the state of Minnesota 4 years after graduating high school?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely lucky to grow up in such a fun hockey town, and every day I'm humbled and feel grateful to have this opportunity, but I also remember all the hard work that it took to get here, and I just try and remember to be a good role model for that next generation and show them the sacrifices that are needed in order to play at this level.
And what led to your decision to play at this level here for the University of Minnesota Duluth?
Growing up, I always knew that I wanted to play in the WCHA. In my opinion, it's the best league in women's hockey. So UMD was a great choice. I feel lucky every day that I decided to come here. I've maybe had a little too much fun in my time here, but I'll definitely miss it.
And speaking of your jersey, the number you wear on your back is 29, and that's pretty interesting. Is there a story behind that?
No, not really. I mean, I was an 8th grader playing high school hockey, and my coach came up to me in one of the first practices of the year and he said, "Astrup, what number do you want?" And I mean, I was just so nervous and excited to be out there, and I was like, I don't know, I don't care. And he's like, what do you mean you don't care? And I was like, well, what numbers are left? I mean, I knew that I was the younger girl. I probably got the last pick. There weren't going to be many good numbers left. So he pulls out his little paper, and 29 kind of just jumped out at me, and I was like, I'll take 29. And he was like, are you sure? Like, you don't need to think about it? I was like, no, I'll take 29. And it turned out to be a pretty good number. Yeah.
And looking ahead a little bit, the rest of the season you have 7 regulation games and 1 exhibition game. What are kind of the team goals and both your personal goals for the remainder of your hockey career here at UMD?
Sure. Like I said before, we're kind of focusing on ourselves right now, learning from the good and the bad that's come from this season, and I think just continuing to work on ourselves. And I think if we can put together a full 60 minutes every game from here on out, we'll be pretty fulfilled in ourselves. And personally, I just come to the rink every Monday and excited and happy to be here with my best friends and go to work, I guess.
And Lynn, last but not least, what has been your favorite hockey memory as a Bulldog so far?
Hockey Day in Minnesota is pretty fresh in my mind, but I'd have to say playing in the NCAA tournament last year. We had a really good season, ranked number 2 most of the year, and we were able to host that first game with the top 8. So we played our hearts out in that game, didn't come out on top, but definitely my favorite experience so far.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so now Bulldog Country would like to get to know Lynn a little bit better. So I'm going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions for you to answer to the best of your ability. Are you ready?
Yep.
If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you choose and why?
A cheetah, because they're fast.
What is the hardest hockey skill you've had to master?
Stick handling, definitely.
Who is your personal hero?
Personal hero. Oh my gosh. Maria Sharapova.
If you could pick up and move anywhere in the United States, what city would you choose?
Probably. This is not rapid fire. Washington, D.C.
Are you a good dancer?
No, I'm not a good dancer.
What is your favorite place to eat in Duluth?
The Smokehouse.
Who is the funniest person you know?
Oh my gosh. Probably Mallory Ioza.
And last but not least, if you were stranded on a deserted island and had to choose only one of your teammates to be stranded with, who would you choose and why?
Probably Linnea Hadeen, because she always takes care of me, and she would probably be a little bit more calm and like think things through, help us get off the stranded island.